Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. Coming up, Chuck E. Cheese isn't just for kids anymore.
Also, is this interstellar object an alien probe?
All that and more on the way next. The top trending story today, Always Sunny in Philadelphia star Rob McElhenney changing his name to Rob Mac. 8772 Radio U. He's detailed his reasoning why this isn't just a stage name change. He's legally changing his name to Rob Mac. Mm-hmm. And it seems that some people are very upset about this for some reason.
Yeah, which is funny because he doesn't seem he's like obviously making this decision. So why would anybody else be upset? Mm-hmm. But he did say that it was more for a stage name. But then TMZ said, no, he literally is legally changing his name. Mm-hmm. So it is going to be on his paperwork, passport, driver's license, whatever, as Rob Mac.
Yeah, as if that affects any of us either, though.
It doesn't affect any of us, but I do think it is kind of odd so late in your career after you are famous under that name to change it.
Yeah, but it's a hard name to spell.
Hard name to spell, hard name to pronounce, all of that stuff. I get that. But again, you've already got the fame under that name. Mm-hmm. So it just seems a little strange.
Maybe he'll become even more famous now that his name is going to be so
easier?
Easy. Yeah.
I would be worried that people wouldn't know you. Be like, Rob Mac, who's Rob Mac?
I feel like right now we're talking about Rob McElhenney and people don't know based off of the name who we are talking about.
Yeah, it's the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah. Also, he owns Wrexham FC, whatever they're called.
So the Welcome to Wrexham, that's him and
with
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. That's kind of where I know him from, honestly.
Yeah, I've never watched that, but those are the two things. I've watched a lot of Always Sunny. I know he's been in other things. I don't even know what I couldn't name anything else.
No, same.
But I think everybody would recognize his face.
Yes.
And so now if you can tie his face to a simpler name, Rob Mac, and maybe this is a good way to just get his name out there. By making a scene about it. One of the biggest headlines he's ever made in his life is changing his name. I feel like more people care about this, or at least are talking about this, than almost anything else he's ever done.
Yeah, honestly, I do get what you mean by that. But I don't know. I just think it's a little. I've never seen a celebrity do this so late in their career. Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, to each their own. I don't think there's anything wrong with him changing his name. I'm not like upset about it, like some people seem to be.
Yeah, there are people that, and he kind of feels like he addresses most of the main arguments. One, he's like most people that he knows already call him Rob Mac.
Oh, it's like a nickname.
Yeah. So it's not like people that he in real life, are going to have to change their habits. His name is difficult to spell, and he says that his current spelling of his name was an invention of, and so many people are like this, an Ellis Island official anyways.
Oh.
Like when his family
moved from Ireland.
Yeah.
Probably.
When they immigrated here, that was just what the person who, signed them into the United States.
That's how they spelled it.
Yeah. So it's not like it actually means, it's not like a heritage that actually goes back any further than that. And it's just made up in the first place.
Well, I mean, yes, I get what he means by that, but it still was their name, even if it was written down like incorrectly or whatever. But yeah, I don't have any issue with somebody doing this. I will be interested to see. I believe he has kids that probably share his last name. Will they also change their last names to Mac?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that would be a good question. I didn't know. I didn't look into his kid's last name because he's married to Caitlin Olsen, also from Always Sunny, but even more well-known than he is now from The Mick and High Potential and other movies as well. So I don't even know if they have her last name, his last name.
They could have a combo, hyphen.
Who even know? A portmanteau for all we know. Or something completely unrelated. How do we know? We don't know.
I don't know.
But he addressed the best thing he says, and this is so true for the people that are concerned that he's changing his name. He's like, aren't there more important things for you to be worried about?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Always.
Although it's also fun to just have something completely non-important to worry about sometimes to distract you from all the important things.
Exactly.
Picture this. You're sitting on a boat minding your own business, and an orca shows up, a killer whale, and drops a dead seal at your feet.
Oh.
8772 Radio U, like some oceanic version of DoorDash. A killer whale shows up, brings you some prey that it's caught. This has actually happened numerous times. So many times that there was just a study published on this where researchers were trying to figure out why orcas are doing this.
Well, aren't orcas like one of the, I guess, animals or mammals that kill for fun?
I think dolphins are the only ones, as far as we know, that do that.
Okay.
That's what I've heard. But I mean, orcas run the ocean as far as I'm concerned.
I believe that's true, but I wasn't sure if they killed for sport too, and maybe that's why they're like, oh, let me just drop this off, not gonna eat it. Let me give it to the humans.
And what message is that sending?
I have no idea. What is it sending? What is the research saying?
Well, the research thinks that the orcas are trying to learn about us and share with us.
Okay.
They're trying to be nice.
I thought they were trying to attack our boats.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm like, the researchers are like, oh, they want to share. And I'm like, hello? Have you seen the stories, the most recent news stories we've all seen about orcas are the last couple of years where they've been attacking boats in the Mediterranean Ocean, Mediterranean Sea. So I feel like this is, to me, a threat.
Yeah.
This is like, look what we did to the seal.
Look what we can do.
Yeah, we've seen now I can't remember the name of the documentary, but we know what's going on at SeaWorld. Blackfish, you can put an end to that, or you're going to wind up like this seal here.
Yeah, this is a threat. The orcas have their own mafia. I am convinced
they
of this.
run the ocean.
Yeah.
They're in charge.
Yes, they are.
They're not the biggest, but they are the most organized and the fiercest.
Yep.
And I am worried and concerned about them. And I feel like once Free Willy was released, like he went and told them, like, this is what they're doing to me. And he started wrangling up a posse. And ever since then, everything has gone downhill in human-orca relations.
Yeah, ever since Free Willy was freed, he's let them know.
Yeah, and there's going to be, I think we're well on our way to a turf war. And I'll tell you who's going to win, the orcas.
There's more oceans.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And once we're out of our boats, helpless.
Completely.
Yeah, so I don't want to mess with anywhere orcas could be, and I feel as though this is, I don't know why we're acting like they're so innocent.
No, this is them setting an example.
They're called killer whales.
I know, they have that name for a reason.
They're not called sharing whales.
No.
I don't know. I'm no researcher, but I don't know what these researchers are thinking.
Yeah, no, they don't care about sharing or caring.
No.
They're all about the killing.
If anything, if you think they're sharing and being nice and trying to learn about us, you're just being lulled into a false sense. You're falling for it.
Yeah, that's their plan.
Yeah. So there's only one thing to do. We got to get them before they get us. Picture this. I just said that earlier. Picture this. Chuck E. Cheese, but for adults. 8772 Radio U. It's not just your imagination. It's about to become reality. Chuck E. Cheese is trying to target those, I guess, that grew up going to Chuck E. Cheese and never grew out of going to Chuck E. Cheese.
They didn't move on to Dave and Buster's or something?
Yeah, and well, maybe this could start a war between Chuck E. Cheese and Dave and Buster's for all we know.
It sounds like it might.
Yeah, but Chuck E. Cheese is going to start opening up their very own arcades that are aimed at adults. They want to call them Chuck's Arcade.
That doesn't, I don't know why, but it gives me vibes of like, you don't want to go there.
You don't want to go to Chuck's Arcade?
No.
It's they describe it as a modern day love letter to the games and people who made Chuck E. Cheese great.
I'm sure it'll probably be fine and nice, but the name for me just throws me off a little bit.
I wish they could have done better, but also they really want you to know
that it's tied to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, but they don't want it to be too much like you're going to think it's still for kids.
Yeah.
But the stuff inside, they say nostalgic arcade games like Donkey Kong and Mortal Kombat, plus newer games like Halo, and Connect 4 hoops. I don't really understand why this is for adults more than children. Like, it sounds
like it could be for either.
Yeah.
Really. Do they have Dance Dance Revolution?
Would it really be a Chuck E. Cheese if they don't?
I know. They need to have that.
Yeah. Although maybe they're thinking the adults are too out of shape to even be able to do that.
No, those were so fun. You need to be able to have that.
Yeah. I mean, some people, that's all the exercise they'll get.
I mean, it's a good workout.
Yeah, it is. They say they've already opened 10.
Okay.
Is that what this says?
Apparently.
They just opened 10. They have. Why didn't I know? Why is this like in the news now? Why didn't we know about this before today?
It's not anywhere near us.
They say St. Petersburg, Tulsa, El Paso, St. Louis, and more. Because that's not 10.
That's not 10. Unless there's multiple in each of those places, which is a little odd, but okay.
Yeah, they be competing against each other. But yeah. I don't know. I've been to the adult arcades where where it's more focused on the classic throwback games, where literally like most of the time, not always, but most of the time kids aren't allowed.
Yeah.
And that's fun every once in a while.
Sure.
I'm not the kind of person that goes and would hang out there like every weekend.
No.
But sometimes just switch things up, go play some old, I always like Tapper.
Oh.
So yeah, just throw it back with that. Sounds fun.
I like the old Pac-Man. I'd probably play that a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the racing games. I always loved the racing games.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fun idea.
But I just don't know why you wouldn't go to like one that already exists.
I guess those aren't like in every city, right?
That's true. I feel like the whole format has really struggled in recent years, especially after COVID, like Dave and Buster's and stuff.
Trying to bounce back.
Yeah.
But I get it, because Chuck E. Cheese is more than those other, like Dave and Buster's kids can go, right?
I think so.
But Chuck E. Cheese is for kids.
Yes.
And adults, most of the stuff there would not be like
appealing.
as much. So I guess Chuck E. Cheese is just trying to get both sides here.
Yeah, they're trying to branch out a little bit, which I can appreciate. I just wish they would have come up with a better name.
Yeah. And we need to answer the question too, is it going to be the same pizza?
The pizza that's made from old pizza? Wasn't that the lawsuit that went against them? That's like the pizza from old pizzas put together?
They don't like wasting things. I like that. You have to appreciate that.
I don't know. I can appreciate it from afar, but I don't think I want to eat it.
Every part of the buffalo. This is so crazy. A man in Macomb County, Michigan, 48 years old. His name is Jason Edward Barnes. He pled no contest, so he's guilty to multiple counts of impersonating a firefighter or emergency medical personnel because he kept showing up. He did this multiple times to crime scenes pretending to be a first responder.
Uh-oh. That's a number one sign of a serial killer.
Is it?
Showing up to a crime scene.
Is that what Dexter did?
I feel like a lot of times when I watch those like true crime documentaries, they'll be like, they show up to see their crime or whatever, and like relive the crime and go back to the scene of the crime, whatever. I feel like that's a common thing in those true crime stuff.
So why haven't they caught this guy for killing then?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, is he guilty of more than just showing up to these? Because it is a little odd to continuously do that. All
of the charges he pled guilty to were just revolving around impersonating different kinds of first responders.
Okay.
There's definitely no murder charges. But he did in 2023 show up to, I guess it says allegedly, but he just pled no contest, right? So that means he's like, yeah, I did this. He showed up to a homicide in Clinton Township in Michigan and identified himself as a first responder before offering to help a police officer. He's just trying to help.
Well, that's what they say about these serial killers is they want to be helpful because they want to kind of they want to take ownership of their crime without being, caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he could be a killer. It was literally a homicide. I was just thinking that he's kind of like the only murders in the building guys or whatever.
He's trying to solve it.
Yeah, right. He's like, I'm going to be an in the moment true crime podcast. Like before the police have even solved this,
Yes.
before it's even a cold case,
Yes.
I'm going to be on the ground solving it. Like he's just too obsessed. And maybe he was encouraged by Steve Martin and Selena Gomez and Martin Short.
I mean,
And
who wouldn't be?
I know. It's tempting. It is tempting. So that's where my mind went. I didn't want to accuse this man of being a killer, but
No, this is just me because I watch way too much true crime stuff.
this could be you one day.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying they do say that killers and criminals return to the scene of the crime.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've never heard of them trying to fake being a police
No, there
officer.
are
or a
serial
fire
killers that have done
fighter.
this. There are serial killers that have done that. That have said, "Oh, I saw the crime," or
Yeah.
and then that usually gets them caught.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like the worst serial killer.
Yeah, but they can't help it. They can't resist getting involved. Is the whole deal.
Well, that feels. I don't know if we want to say they can't help it. I couldn't help it. It was just impulsive. I dressed up like a police officer and showed up at the murder I committed.
Yeah, there's something. It's like something that's compulsive.
You can't
know?
blame me for doing that. It was my compulsion to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. That'd be what a good defense that would be.
I mean, no, it's not a good defense. They still committed the crime.
All right, you know the drill. On First to Worst Thursday, Allie and I each get to pick our first and worst choices from a given topic. You decide which of us made better choices and which picks we just missed completely. Today's topic, in honor of July 4th, many people are having cookouts. What are the first and worst cookout sides? Allie, you get to pick first.
Yeah. All right. So I feel like for my first, I'm going with something that is a staple for 4th of July. It's just like required to be there. And honestly, for really any cookout, but definitely 4th of July. And that is potato salad.
All right. I love potato salad.
I love potato salad. And often it can get a little bit overlooked, but it's like when it's the right potato salad, when the recipe is perfect, it's just the best thing out there for a side. And then for worst, I'm going with something that I typically like, but it can be ruined by doing this. And that is Jell-O filled with fruit. It ruins it. Just leave the Jell-O alone.
Fruit with Jell-O. Jell-O fruit.
Somebody got a little too fancy and decided they wanted to put something in the Jell-O, and it's like it doesn't need that. It can be on its own. It doesn't need to have anything fancy inside. Leave the Jell-O alone.
Wow.
So if it's regular Jell-O, I'll take it. But if it's Jell-O with fruit inside, I'm not even touching it.
I don't even rock with Jell-O at all.
Oh, really?
No, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of Jell-O.
There's always room for Jell-O.
I don't do Jell-O. For my picks for first and worst sides at a cookout, my first, and there's lots of good options. I had a hard time whittling it down, but the answer is corn on the cob.
Oh, okay.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a big lump with knobs.
The most beautiful thing.
Yeah, I can't imagine a more beautiful thing. When I tried it with butter, everything changed. So corn on the cob. There can be many other sides, and like you mentioned with potato salad, here's the thing with potato salad, pasta salad is the same way. It can be great. Also, but you look at it, you see a bowl, you don't know what the recipe is, you can be scooping a big old lump of potato salad that's going to ruin your day because it could be bad. It can be really bad too.
Yeah, for the most part, I think it's never usually a miss. But I do agree, there's an occasion where sometimes somebody made it the wrong way.
But I go to a cookout and somebody grilled corn on the cob, and I'm never nervous about it. I'm always taking it, and I'm always enjoying it, and you never have to worry.
Yeah.
So that, and I'm always happy. It's so fun. The worst, I'm gonna go with coleslaw.
What?
Coleslaw is nasty.
No, it is
Coleslaw
not.
is disgusting.
No, get this blasphemy out of here. Coleslaw is so good.
Coleslaw is divisive, and I feel like the divide is going to be filled with people that agree with me that coleslaw, you have so many delicious things that you can see out of. There's mac and cheese, there's corn, there's potato salad, macaroni salad, there's chips, which I almost chose for best. There's baked beans. And then there's coleslaw, and you're telling me that you're looking forward to the coleslaw? It's the worst.
I always look forward to the coleslaw. Always.
8772 Radio U first to worst. Who made better picks? We'll start with Chad at 8772 Radio U, who said worst cookout sides: potato salad and macaroni salad. And that's saying something because Chad, he says, I come from two Mennonite backgrounds where that is a staple.
Honestly, I was already going to pick potato salad, but Chad texted this yesterday morning when we teased this, and I was like, this just ingrains me more. You are wrong, Chad. Completely wrong. I'm usually not this adamant about this, but potato salad is the best. It is the best.
I disagree that it's the worst because I enjoy potato salad, but I also understand that I'm telling you, it's so recipe dependent because I've had horrible potato salad.
I don't think I've ever had horrible potato salad, but I certainly have had potato salad that I like more than others, but I don't ever think I've regretted it.
When you think in your mind of potato salad, like if you were just writing it down and you'd never had it before, it sounds nasty. You're going to cover cold potatoes in mustard and other, like it sounds horrible.
Mustard?
Yeah, you don't put mustard in your potato salad?
No.
Wow, that's crazy. That's one of the ingredients. You got to put mustard in there. Yeah, mustard, mayonnaise. I don't even know. My Mrs. Hudson makes it, and it's very good.
Okay. All right, let's see what some of these other texts are. We heard from Bryn. She said, Allie won with potato salad and fruit-filled Jell-O. She took the words right out of my mouth.
All right. Mike disagrees with you. Mike said fruit cocktail in a can in Jell-O can be so good.
In a can. I don't know if I've ever had in a can Jell-O before.
I think he means like canned fruit cocktail in Jell-O. Or maybe he just mistyped and he just said fruit cocktail can... I don't
can
know.
Be in Jell-O and is good?
So
okay.
Good.
All right.
He is arguing for the potential of fruit in Jell-O.
Okay. Logan says he's with me on this first to worst.
Chris says coleslaw is absolutely positively nasty. I don't even know what's in coleslaw. I just know it's disgusting.
I can't tell you the ingredients of these things. Clearly, I don't know what's in potato salad. I didn't know that because I'm like, is there anything mustard colored looking in potato salad? Okay, we heard from Brianna. She said coleslaw depends on the dressing and any extra stuff whoever puts in it. So it can be divisive. She says fruit salad, ew. Pretzel salad, yum. Haven't heard of pretzel salad before.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. But I love pretzels, so I kind of want to know.
Is it soft pretzels? Is it hard pretzels?
Is it just a mix of all the different types of pretzels? And it's like a salad-y thing? Like, okay, let's see it.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
What comes up is strawberry pretzel salad. Okay, I'm looking at... This is a dessert, though. This is definitely a dessert. It's like a crust of hard pretzels, and then there's like some kind of layer of some kind of white whipped cream, some kind of something, and then strawberries on top. You would have this for dessert.
Okay.
Where were we?
William.
Although it sounds good, though.
Yeah, William, he said coleslaw not his favorite, but he's told that he makes the best coleslaw.
He makes the best coleslaw, and even he doesn't like it.
He doesn't eat it.
Thank you, William, for your vote of confidence in me.
I don't know who that was a vote in confidence in.
He said right there with you, Hudson.
Okay, sure. All right. We also heard from another William who said he's going with you because he likes the corn. Good staple. Coleslaw, he says, is always terrible.
Thank you.
He thinks that, let's say, he dislikes any cold salad, most likely because of the mayo, but also nasty texture. That's what I thought the main ingredient for potato salad was, mayo, not mustard.
Yeah, there's lots of mayo, but if you want a good recipe, put some mustard in there.
I've never heard of that, but okay. And I'm not the one that makes it, clearly. He says he would choose mac and cheese or baked beans.
Those are strong contenders to me.
Okay.
But just like everything else at a cookout, if you don't know who's making it and you don't know, I'm not saying baked beans or mac and cheese can be nasty, but they don't always shine. But another reason that those or corn on the cob I feel are better choices than like potato salad, even though I often love it, is because you're talking about stuff you want warm food at a cookout to me because it's sitting out in the sun. And so the potato salad and macaroni salad and coleslaw, these are cold things that are getting like cooked in the sun.
Yeah, because you're in 95-degree weather. You want it to be cold.
Altered by sitting there.
You want refreshing food.
That's what drinks are for.
I don't want soup. I don't want some hot food. I think.
Then why are we grilling the dogs?
No,
why are we grilling the burgers?
I think the meat absolutely needs to be grilled, but I like that potato salad is cold because it's a nice, refreshing thing to have something cold. that's a regular, food and not like ice cream. Because most of the stuff that you're going to have that's cold is going to be a dessert. But I like that you can mix it up and have a side that's cold.
I'm just saying it doesn't age well. After it's sat there for like 15 minutes, it's already heated up and cooked in a way it's not supposed to be. That's first or worst. I win because I picked coleslaw.
Oh, back-to-back days with in-space updates, Hudson. And this is a very exciting one. Yesterday we talked about NASA and Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Today we're talking about Atlas, the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. No, there's no asteroids coming towards us. That we think are coming towards us.
Yeah.
There is, though, something that astronomers spotted in space that is an interstellar object hurtling through our solar system right now. And that is a visiting space object of some kind. It could be a comet. It could be an asteroid. We don't really know. But it is going to make its closest approach to the sun in around 4 months before eventually leaving our cosmic neighborhood forever. This object is called A11PL3Z.
Okay, it rolls off the tongue.
It really does. But it was first spotted back in June.
Is it named after the person who spotted it?
I don't believe so. I think these are just random numbers that they've come up with to name these. But it's an asteroid or a comet that's about 12 miles long, traveling through space. It's an interstellar visitor, the first that we've had since 2019.
Okay, when you say interstellar, that means
it comes from outside of our solar system.
Outside of the Milky Way?
I think that might actually be correct. So outside of our galaxy at that point.
Okay.
Which is even cooler.
There's a lot of galaxies, right?
So many galaxies. We don't even know how many.
And we've had 3 of these.
3 of these that we have been able to witness.
Why?
I'm sure there's probably been more.
Space is so big and stuff. Why aren't they like constantly, why isn't this constantly
There's so
happening?
many places to go. Why would you go? Why would you come to our little part of the solar system?
I don't know. I think it's pretty cool here.
Yeah,
we've got life and stuff like that.
Yes, I would say this is the best spot to be in the,
if
the
I
universe.
was an asteroid or a comet, a large asteroid or a comet, I would definitely be visiting the Milky Way.
Yeah.
That's where I would go.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of places in the Milky Way to go.
Yeah.
Our solar system is one little tiny part of that.
So wait, wouldn't it make more sense then that this is from the Milky Way, just not part of our
That's what I'm trying to. I need to figure out what exactly
you need to get to the bottom of this.
Interstellar means. Let's see.
So also though, you're saying we've only known this has happened. This is now the 3rd time.
Yeah. Okay. So interstellar, the definition is just occurring or situated between stars. So it just means it's from another star system.
Got it.
So it may not be from outside of the Milky Way at all.
There's other stars in the Milky Way.
There's so many other stars.
But our solar system is around the sun.
Yes. Our particular star.
This is the 3rd time that we've noticed this.
Yes.
So the other 2 times must have been pretty big news too, right?
Yeah. In fact, one of the other times it was pretty crazy because people thought it was an alien probe.
Okay.
Back in 2017. It was not. It was just a comet or like an asteroid that had like a hydrogen.
What did we call that thing?
We called it Umamawa, something like that.
Ah, yes. The bird is the word. One? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I was going to say, why does that one get a cool name? And then this one gets A11PL3Z.
We're going to have to work on that. Yeah, we gotta. Nobody's going to remember this. I don't even remember it now. You just said it.
Yeah, and these all have different names. The three ones that have happened, these interstellar objects. So the one from 2017, it's like Uamawamawa. And then
bless you.
And then there's one from 2019, and it was 21 Borisov.
So Russian.
Probably.
Got it. All right, yeah, we're going to have to name this thing. We're going to have to give it a name.
It's A11, so maybe we could call it Allie.
It should be named after you. Your life will not be complete till you get something in space named after you.
A comet after me? That'd
be interstellar
so cool.
comet. Yeah. Get your popcorn ready. It's our weekend tradition, the weekend watch list, letting you know which new movies you could be watching in theaters and at home this weekend. It is July 4th weekend. July 4th tomorrow, but the movies are already coming out, a few days early to capitalize on the holiday, and we're also off tomorrow. So let's do the weekend watch list. Buckle up. We got a bunch to go through.
Oh, boy.
We'll start with the major release, of course, which is Jurassic World Rebirth. Zora Bennett leads a team of skilled operatives to the most dangerous place on Earth, an island research facility for the original Jurassic Park. Their mission is to secure genetic material from dinosaurs whose DNA can provide life-saving benefits to mankind. As the top secret expedition becomes more and more risky, they soon make a sinister, shocking discovery that's been hidden from the world for decades.
Ooh, boy.
Jurassic World Rebirth, now in theaters. It has a 53% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Hey.
From the critics. Carrie Darling of the Houston Chronicle says, even at its best moments, Jurassic World Rebirth just serves to remind viewers of what they liked about the previous films.
Yeah, that's sad.
But our very own Greg texted into the show.
Okay.
Greg said he saw Jurassic World Rebirth last night. It was really good, full of action.
All right.
So Greg liked it.
Greg liked it.
Critics, not as much.
Okay.
That's in theaters. Now, I've got several streaming options for you this weekend as well.
All right.
Heads of State, starring John Cena and Idris Elba.
John Cena.
U.S. President Will Derringer and British Prime Minister Sam Clark have a not-so-friendly and very public rivalry. However, when Air Force One gets shot down over enemy territory, they find themselves on the run and working together to thwart a global conspiracy that threatens the entire free world.
Whoa.
Heads of State is on Prime Video.
Okay.
68% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Better than Jurassic
Yeah. Ollie Richards of Empire Magazine says a really good dumb comedy can be a joyous thing, and this is a really good dumb comedy. And I love Idris Elba, so I might have to rustle up that Prime Video subscription and check this out this
I love
weekend.
Idris Elba and John Cena, so yeah,
Yeah.
I might need to check it out too.
John Cena actually has a real run of like being very funny in movies.
I agree with you. I think he was actually the main reason I liked, or I didn't really actually like it, but I felt like he was the one shining moment of the redo of Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he seems like an action star because of his build, but he's actually he's funny.
He's hilarious.
Also this weekend, The Old Guard 2. Andy leads immortal warriors against a powerful enemy threatening their group. They grapple with the resurfacing of a long-lost immortal, complicating their mission to safeguard humanity. The Old Guard 2 is now on Netflix. It has a 28% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Aye.
I never even heard of The Old Guard 1. Robert Coder of Flickering Myth says The Old Guard 2, technically a movie, feels more like a light-on-action, time-wasting filler episode of a TV series.
Oh, no!
And finally, but it does star Charlize Theron, I think. She's Andy, I think, who we were talking about. So if that means anything to you. But why would you watch Old Guard 2 if you've never seen Old Guard 1?
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
Finally, I would have skipped this movie because it feels a little highbrow, but you'll see why I had to include On Becoming a Guinea Fowl. Out this weekend, on an empty road in the middle of the night, Shula stumbles across the body of her uncle. As funeral proceedings begin around them, she and her cousins bring to light the buried secrets of their middle-class Zambian family.
Oh, no way. I was going to say guinea fowl is an African, that's very common in Africa to run into guinea fowl.
Yeah, this takes place in Zambia. It is now on HBO Max. And it has a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, you best believe I'm watching this over the weekend.
I knew I needed to let you know about this.
Yeah, thank you.
It has 92 reviews, so it's not like it has a 100% positive score.
For like 6 reviews, yeah.
Claudia Puig of Film Week says it feels so specific and also universal, which are my favorite kinds of movies.
Oh, I can't wait to watch this. It gets me so excited.
All right, so something for everybody this weekend. It's July 4th weekend. You have cookouts, you see fireworks, you watch baseball, and you gotta watch a movie.
Yes.
You just have to watch a movie. So 8772 Radio U, let us know what you are watching this weekend. We love to see your reviews, and we'll see you at the movies. Here's your official reminder. Taco Bell can be dangerous. 8772 Radio U. In this case, Taco Bell is partially to blame for a police officer getting rear-ended.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's not the first to have a Taco Bell rear-end incident.
Who wrote this, Nene?
The story revolves around a woman. This took place in Wisconsin, where a woman rear-ended a police cruiser that wound up with the deputy being hospitalized with minor injuries. And the only reason that she wound up rear-ending him is because she was distracted by her Taco Bell that she was eating.
Yeah, this says the deputy was on patrol traveling northbound about 60 miles per hour on whatever highway this happened on in Wisconsin. He then noticed a vehicle rapidly approaching from behind. He attempted to accelerate, but he was still struck.
Yeah, she must have been going fast.
I was going to say, how fast was she going while eating Taco Bell?
Yeah, well, she was fired up.
On that Diablo sauce.
Maybe she was the one in the hurry to get to a bathroom. Was. But yeah, she was, and I know what everybody's thinking right now. You're thinking, okay, Taco Bell, but she was probably also like, under the influence of something, right?
She wasn't.
No, she was
nothing other than Baja Blast.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. But Taco Bell, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you just get so wrapped up
in Taco Bell.
You just get so crunch wrapped up
also,
that the outside world fades away.
Right. Also, I never recommend driving and eating because that is distracted driving. But Taco Bell has to be like the least friendly fast food to eating in the car because it's so messy. Like, what are you eating while in the car?
It depends what it is.
What exactly would you eat from Taco Bell in the car?
A quesadilla would be totally fine.
But
that's one of the best things to eat while you're driving.
But you need to dip it.
In what?
In sour cream.
I just take it the way that Taco Bell intended, and that is without dipping it in anything.
I think with the sour cream, it helps it hit the spot because I do love their quesadilla. I love their jalapeno sauce. But for me, I feel like it'd be way too messy to eat Taco Bell in the car.
It is true that I do like saucing Taco Bell because the Diablo sauce is a go-to. So, and you certainly wouldn't want to be eating a Mexican pizza while driving.
Or even just one of their tacos because those just like fall apart.
Yeah, that's why I do not, Taco Bell or anywhere, I never get hard shell tacos.
Oh, no.
Because they just fall apart. Why not burrito that thing?
Yeah, they do fall apart. I do like their hard tacos, but you cannot eat them in a car. Like, that would be impossible.
No.
You'd have meat all over your lap.
Yeah, for real. 8772 Radio U. Now I want to know, what is the craziest thing you've tried to eat while driving? Confession time.
Confession time.
Let us know. And I'm assuming most people haven't had an incident like this, though.
No, thank goodness.
You've rear-ended a police officer, all thanks to Taco Bell. Does this mean they're going to have to put a warning label on
Taco Bell stuff?
Yeah.
Don't eat and drive?
Yeah.
I mean, that's already...
This is how this starts, right?
I know that's already a law in Ohio because it is a part of like the distracted driving laws. You're not supposed to eat and drive, and police will stop you if they see you eating. So
I don't know about that.
I've been told that
I've
that's
never
what
been
they'll
told by a police officer while I've been eating. They've had ample opportunity to get me.
Maybe they didn't see you.
They're
were
probably
sneaky.
just like, you know what, that guy, he can handle it. Hudson,
He'll be fine.
He's a professional.
He's eating French fries. He's good to go.
8772 Radio U. What's the craziest thing you've eaten while driving? We're just talking about a woman who hit a police officer vehicle while driving because she was too distracted by her Taco Bell. That was it. That was the distraction.
That was the reason.
Not only under the influence of Baja Blast. That was it. 8772 Radio U. What is the craziest thing you've eaten while driving? I will start with Tasha, who says a full Chipotle burrito bowl with the fork in one hand and my knee on the wheel.
No, not a utensil.
I hit a pothole and rice went everywhere.
Oh, no, Tasha, no.
It could have been worse.
I mean, that's pretty bad to use a utensil while driving.
Logan said, confession time, when I was one time, he says he ate a triple cone ice cream from Brahms a Texas staple from what I hear. I was scaring down while driving in a manual transmission pickup truck.
That
if I could read, that'd be great.
Crazy to be able to have a triple cone and be driving a manual like stick shift. What?
That is true. I'm so glad that that car manufacturers switched to automatic transmissions to make it easier while we're driving. I appreciate them doing that.
Yes. Regina says she's pretty sure she ate oatmeal while driving.
I'm trying to think. For me, I went through a routine where I would get Chick-fil-A because I used to have to do this long drive for work.
Yeah.
And the place that was the perfect place to stop for food that I always needed on that trip was Chick-fil-A.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not going to eat Chick-fil-A without sauce.
Yeah.
But it was a long drive, and so I had to keep driving and get it through the drive-thru. And so I'd have to I've figured out I mastered a technique of holding a sauce in one hand, then you put the fries or the chicken between your legs. And so you have one hand that's driving but also holding the sauce, and then the other hand grabbing the chicken or fries from between your legs and dipping it in the sauce.
How did you not get in an accident doing this?
Oh, I did.
You did?
Yeah, 5 of them.
5 accidents?
Yeah, 5 accidents.
You're kidding.
No.
Please tell me you're joking.
I've been in accidents, but not because of that.
But, okay, so that was not the cause of the accident.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying you got in 5 accidents due to that practice.
I haven't been in an accident in a long time, and none of the accidents I've ever gotten in were because of food.
Okay, that's good. I thought that's what you were saying, and I was like, why did you keep doing that?
Yeah. And if I can eat while not getting in an accident, I think anybody can.
Well, clearly not this lady.
Not the Taco Bell lady. But shout out to Regina and Logan and Tasha for driving safely even with food in hand.
Yes. Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.